Yes?
Yeah, now I can't fucking hear you. God damn this motherfucker.
Why did you hang up the first time?
Because it wouldn't record, Robert. Oh, wait. Can you hear me?
Does it know who you are?
It's beautiful. I got you.
Does it know who you are? Did you say I am Bobby Skullface?
I got you. Hold on 1 second.
Did you hit their little red button? That means record. You fucking dumbass.
Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares. Shut up.
A to B.
Uncut. Is that you?
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered cast on
Complete fuckers. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode 228. We are extremely short-staffed today because Matthew Deluxe Baldwin is attempting to whittle-waddle across the streets of NYC.
That's mean, man.
I know. He's doing a great job, I think, honestly. And
He doesn't whittle waddle. He boom, baba, booms.
And T2RX6 is just MIA for undisclosed reasons.
I think he's playing some Barry White.
Even
He's
more
got some
interesting.
candles lit.
Oh,
It's probably government.
Hey, girl, lay on down. But I am joined by one Mr. Greg for Mercy.
I'm holding my microphone like Freddie Mercury right now.
And one Mr. Robert D.
Hello.
And we are going to be your short-staff crew for this evening for episode 228.
Oh, yeah.
First and foremost, before we get any further,
All right.
I was planning on doing something for Shattercast Uncut t-shirts and hoodies, but instead, I'm going to be talking about this.
Uh-oh.
Long-time Shattercast Uncut supporter, member of the community,
Big
and
old supporter.
and supporter of the Cool Table Network in general, I think pretty much across the board, John F. has succumbed to some pretty significant medical issues. We will have the link in the description to his GoFundMe. If you can find anything in your couch cushions that could help contribute to this, this is the opportunity to do so. This is a good example of people over toys. So if you give a shit about this community and you have a couple bucks or 50 cents or 25 cents to spare, there's a link in the description that you can add that to.
Also, if you have a car wash in your immediate vicinity,
Typically, you can find about $7 and change in the trap.
Solid point.
Just say.
There's also bees in the trap.
Well,
If you
there's also dope lords in the trap. So
if I also want to point out, look, I never asked for anything, and I think I'm a generous person. So, if you've been on the receiving end of someone's generosity, whoever it may be, I think it's time you pay it forward, and that's how you pay it forward.
I agree. This is kind of where it matters. This is kind of what it's supposed to be about, is when one of us is down, we can all kind of form together and help out. And plus, also... Okay, let's continue.
That's terrible.
But anyway, we're trying to raise some money and help out one of us that's fucking down for the count at the moment. And I talked to him today, and he is optimistic and motivated and says he plans to thank us all in person at TFCon with a handshake. So what more could you ask for?
Yeah, the fact is, what happened to him, without really giving into details, can happen to anyone.
100%.
So you can easily put yourself in his shoes.
100%.
It's nice. I think it's not necessarily the money. Money helps, but there's something more to coming there and being there for your brother.
Comrade.
Yeah, let him feel some love. Whatever it is, he could use it.
I agree. And our thoughts and prayers and likes and shares, Shattercast style, are of course with you. The Cool Table is pooling together money from all of our shows to contribute to this gentleman in need. And we advise you to do the same. One day, who knows, the shoe could be on the other foot.
Hopefully it never is,
Hopefully.
That might be a poor choice of words there, Bobby.
It was chosen wisely.
Oh.
So, to continue forward on a lighter note, like half a leg lighter, if you know what I'm saying.
How's your tub?
Greg, what'd you get this week?
Well, I didn't get any toys, but I did get the privilege of wearing 3-year-old clothes again. So
what?
Sweet.
Like 3-year-old clothes?
No, well, like clothes that I bought 3 years ago that I grew out of, and now. I'm not some weird pervert.
I pictured you in like a bonnet and like a fucking.
I'm not a little, Robert. We don't have a mommy little relationship going on. So. No, I didn't get any toys. I was supposed to, but they're all delayed by the USPS, not giving a fuck about quote unquote guarantees anymore. Like nothing's guaranteed anymore, so everything's gonna be here tomorrow or Friday. But yeah, I got to wear some smaller size shorts, and I got to wear a smaller size T-shirt.
That's a good feeling.
Nice.
Good feeling, yeah. Went Deadpool, rocking my finery.
I actually skipped dinner tonight because healing up from my back injury. The fucking only calories I've been burning have been while I've been chewing the fucking meals I've been eating. So I figure while I'm doing better, it's time to fucking tighten up. Robert D, what about you this week?
So you're trying to say you're gaining weight?
Yeah, I gained like 5 pounds, 7 pounds maybe.
Nice.
Nice. Good job, Bobby.
Nah, not nice. I'm back on my grizzly.
You're a little skeletal, though. So
no, I'm back on it. I'm back on
something about your face. It's very skeletal. I don't know.
I'm back at it, serving them Maddox.
So what did I get? I got an Android, SH Figure Arts Android 17. That came in.
Trash.
And it's not trash. You love Figure Arts.
I'm fucking with you. Continue.
Well, I got in Mayfax. Mayfax.
I'm rolling in cloth.
Continue.
Mayfax is coming out with new wardrobes for my dolls. I mean, my figures.
Dude, what is this voice? I like this voice. Is this a new voice you're doing? You've been working on this new voice?
No.
Come on. You've been working on this new voice a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in the mirror like, you can do it. Do a new voice. You talk to Bobby.
He's getting old and played out. Now I got a new voice.
Gotta make Bobby giggle sometime. Maybe this will do the trick. Yeah, Bobby.
I like it, dude. I'm listening. I'm liking.
That's good. That's good. By the way, my vote is if I was at Skullfest, my hand would have gone up to keep the mask on.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. We can talk about that here in a minute, but I want to hear about what you got this week.
I also got in Fans Toys Rouge. And, the backpack fix, first of all, my pauldrons, obviously maybe I don't know, I did that. The QC31, whoever that is a douchebag because they obviously transformed the figure, to test it, and they didn't do a good job putting it back together. So the pauldrons were already asymmetrical. They weren't put together cleanly. So now I kind of have to transform the figure to try to make it clean as it can go. Or maybe is this really as good as it gets, Jack Nicholson? I don't know. But shit don't tab in like her fucking knockoff, the pink and white flaps over her on the fronts of her tops of her pauldrons. They don't tab in, and they're not symmetrical. The stuff doesn't fit in each side symmetrically, so clearly it wasn't put together fully. And what I love about the season 3 shelf, it's the silhouette of the whole shelf.
Right.
Everything looks good.
Sharp, right?
Except this one. If you do the backpack fix, it fucks up the silhouette tremendously.
Yeah, but I don't. To be honest with you, what's funny is I don't need the backpack fix as long as I hadn't, didn't fuck with it too much. Like it's fine out of the box, but I could tell it wasn't going to be fine if I fucked with it.
Yeah, this isn't fine. Mine's not fine.
Yeah, see, it's a bummer. I could tell.
I don't even like how it looks.
But you know what? The nerds on TFW demand a transformation.
I don't even like how it looks without the thing flapped up. I don't like those pauldrons at all.
TFW, are you listening?
Yeah, fuck TFW.
Because I got news for you. While you're busy on TFW, complaining and crying and whining, I
am dying.
Please do that ever again. Jeez.
And I'm dancing.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
Oh, Lord. Anything else?
Why don't you pour yourself a glass of wine?
Hey,
I'm about to.
Okay, good.
Just so you know, those flaps don't fit no matter what happens. Like the holes are too big.
All right, that's good to know.
If you switch the chest out, you'll probably have to mix and match the little plastic pieces that take the pegs, because none of them are right either.
Wow. Yeah, I'm nitpicking, but I don't think it's much of a nitpick when you come to the silhouette of the shelf. Also, I've got Omega, Official Rodimus, got KFC Blaster, Springer, Fans Toys, Perceptor. I got the X Transbots, Crash Hog and Dump Shit. Got Cup. Got the Unique Toys, Buzzing. I got Ollie. She is the sloppiest looking one of the bunch. Like with that shit over her shoulders. It doesn't look clean at all. It doesn't look like a Fans Toys product. It looks like a company coming in attempting on a first release of an MP figure.
How the mighty have fallen.
It does. It looks like a first release of a company trying to be serious.
Well, it's not like nobody warned you.
Well, I'm getting the MMC as well, so we'll see how that fares.
Yeah, I don't like to look at that one either.
But yeah, whatever. I'm a little disappointed, but
I might just get my head cryogenically frozen and wait for the Takara.
Dude, shout out to Walt Disney. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
God damn it. Let's make some noise for Walt Disney.
Greg went, fuck yeah. That was awesome. T-pained at the right time.
I'm on autotune. I literally have an
I'm on autotune.
He's like, fuck yeah.
I ended up getting, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have more? Because you had a fucking hell of a haul.
No, what else I got? Lisa finished her third year of law school today, and she's a night student, so she has 4 years. Not
God
3.
damn it! Let's make some noise for Lisa.
Very happy for her, And I'm sitting there. What's that?
Nothing.
Is she around?
She had to do. She's in the other room.
Can you yell for her real quick?
Let's see. Hey, Lisa. The baby crying and everything.
Hey, yeah, another night at the D house.
Come here.
She's like, you got to be in bed by midnight. She's like, nah.
Only 6 cookies for you. Here, Bobby wants to talk to you. Come here, really quick. Just come here. Come here. You're on Shattercast.
I just woke up.
Here.
What is happening?
Lisa.
Oh my
Lisa.
God.
Lisa, I'm going to have to ask you to relax.
Hey, wait, no. Okay, talk.
Lisa?
Talk.
Lisa.
Guys,
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm sorry. I just woke up.
It's okay. It's only 8:38 in the PM. But look, I understand that you just finished some law school night classes.
Oh God, the earpiece came out.
God damn it! Give me the phone back. Forget it.
Wait. Is she right there? I need to tell her something.
Idea. This is how we. I'm gonna get Bobby Skullface over here.
Lisa.
I'm sorry, that was trash.
We're off to a great start.
I think we are. Get the baby here.
Lisa.
Hey, Bobby. God damn it! Take her.
You know what? Hey, Robert, just tell Lisa I said congratulations. Let's be done with it. The joke has run its course.
Piece of shit trash mixer.
All right, good.
Okay. What else I got?
Yeah, tell me.
Can you pick her up and take her out bodily?
Robert,
Yes,
I'm sorry I ever asked them to come in.
You should be sorry you asked.
Tell them
God damn it.
Robert, tell them to leave and close the door behind them.
Can you leave and close the door behind you? I love you. Bye. Pick her up.
Robert,
Pick the
immediately.
baby up.
It's a
This isn't
professional.
TKO.
Oh
God
my
damn.
God, your household. I can only imagine.
I've been in your house. I know what goes on in your house.
Fucking Law and Order, Mac.
No, it isn't. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Fucking Jaina's like designing some weaponry. Fucking Selena's stabbing someone. The baby's like saying her ABCs.
She's more of a 1, 2, 3 kind of gal.
Jaina, don't do that. What did I say, Jaina? What did I say? She still does it. You're like, well, Jaina. She's still fucking doing it. No, but anyway, Lisa went to the wine.
Good grief.
You can't come back in the room. This
No,
is trash.
she
Thanks a lot,
cannot.
Bobby. Great
She
idea.
cannot.
It's an
Yeah.
even year. Even year ideas.
Yeah, let her come back in.
All right. So, Lisa went to the wine store, and I said, hey, can you get me a bottle of Jameson while you're out there? You know, I could celebrate too. She comes back. I look in the bag. It's a bottle of Jack Daniels. So, yeah, filing divorce papers tomorrow.
Maybe just a mini bottle would have been fine.
Yeah.
I misinterpreted what you said. I thought like you said that she went to the wine and then she was coming back in the room. She went and got a glass of wine. And she's like, all right, I'm good.
No, Azalea came back in the room.
Oh.
Azalea's pissed off for some reason, probably because her and Scarlett were fighting. That's great. Great show material.
Look,
Great job.
tonight we are no holds barred. There's no rules. There's no rules for your Friday today because the guy who keeps us all in line, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin, is not present.
No rules for your Friday.
He comes across as a pretty funny, friendly chap, but he actually runs a pretty tight ship behind the scenes.
Who, Matt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're such a liar.
I got a few things. Thanks for asking.
Wait, Bobby, what did you get?
I got MMC's Drift. I got Zeta Toys Racket, which is their Swindle. And I had the opportunity to look at Unique Toys No Minds and Unhappy. And I had the opportunity to look at Iron Factory Jetfire or Skyfire, their Cygnus.
What did you think of that?
It's great. It might be my favorite Iron Factory release to date.
Yeah, a little stylized.
No, I mean, it's pretty par for the course.
Yeah, that
How
nose
big is that?
cone, man.
Like height wise.
What'd you say, Greg?
Sorry, I got the hiccups. How
No, it's all
big is
good.
that?
You know what's funny is I forgot. So we're recording this Wednesday night. My review is going up Thursday morning, and I forgot to do a size comparison, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear about it. So it pleases me, Greg, that you were the first. It's significantly bigger than your average Iron Factory Legend, and also bigger than your Hasbro Legend. But due to the fact that most Iron Factory stuff tends to err on the smaller side of things, it may not work 100% great across the board with all of your Legend collection, but for the most part, it should fit in just fine.
That's cool to hear. Bobby, I'm going to need you to calm your Unicron ass down just a little bit.
I'm just preparing my rebuttal in general.
So,
Like DX9's little cup comes up to like his thigh.
That's how my little cup came up in elementary school.
Speaking of Matthew, I had Matthew in town. He's
Yeah,
still in town now.
tell us a little bit about that. We've seen. I saw. Can I be honest for a second? Probably the most disturbing. Look, the Shattercast chat has had a number of disturbing images throughout its history.
Oh no! Don't go there.
But
please.
I'm not sure I've seen an image as disturbing as Matthew Baldwin taking a selfie while taking a shit at the Disney store in New York City.
No, it's a Trump Tower. I requested that.
Yeah, but
No,
he said I'm at the Disney store and then posted a picture of him taking a shit.
Yeah, it was in Trump Tower though. There's a Disney store there.
But still,
I think that over
Wow.
steak was a little bit more disturbing.
Yeah, that steak was trash, Robert D. Dude,
No,
please,
it wasn't.
dude, please don't take me to that place. Dude,
Okay.
Robert D. went and ordered a $1,000 steak that looked like a piece of dog shit.
No, it didn't. That steak was huge and delicious.
That was the worst steak I've ever seen a picture of in my life. I'm good. Greg and I are gonna go to Applebee's instead.
No, that's some good shit.
Don't go to Applebee's because apparently that's where you get mugged in New York City.
Where do I start? So Matt came in on Monday. I met him Monday evening for dinner. We went out. He was going to come over, and Lisa was stressing out. She's working on this final paper. She was still working on the house isn't fit for company. So I'm like, you know what, fine. Don't stress it. We'll just go out to dinner, you know? So I went to this place, Blue Ribbon. I took Tyler there before. And I remember because Tyler doesn't eat shellfish. Last time we were there, I'm like, you don't eat fucking shellfish? And I'm like, I forgot. He's like, I'm highly allergic. Sorry. So, with Matt, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I know he eats shrimp, but I'm looking at the menu. I'm just like, you eat shellfish. And he was like, nope. And Lisa's like, Belisa. His Belisa was there. It was me, Matt, Belisa, my Belisa, Azalea, and Scarlett all went to dinner. It was pretty nice. It was a nice time. But Matt's Belisa is really good with kids. You know, she loves kids. And Matt's good with kids, too. Because he's like a big kid.
Yeah,
he really
I
is.
agree. I agree.
Matt's a fun guy to sit down with and just hang out.
I agree.
I could hang out with Matt all day.
I didn't know Matt was funny until I met him in real life.
Sit on the floor with him for a little while.
Yeah, we ate on the floor actually. No, but so I was like, "You guys eat shellfish?" And they're like, "No." And Belisa was like, "No." I was like, "I thought you like shrimp." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I like shrimp. I don't eat shellfish." I was like, "Dude, shrimp is shellfish." And he's like, "What, Lisa? You don't shrimp is shellfish?" She was like, "What?"
They don't serve them like that out back.
Yeah, it's a landlocked state right there, Arkansas.
So I was like, no problem. I got you covered. They have a delicious appetizer. And, you know, like you know, Lisa was all like fucking afterwards. She's like coming down on me like, oh, you know, you're coming off like you're showing off and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, why the fuck?
Lisa or
my Lisa.
Oh, yeah, it's Rob's Lisa.
Mine's Lisa. Because she's like, you know, like, hey, you know, you're coming off like you're showing off. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, Matt knows me. Like, I'm irresponsible, and we're in a nice restaurant. I'm going to order a lot of fucking food. I want to be decadent, you know? I want my friends to enjoy it.
I have to do that with Kit, too. Kit's like, you're just mean to him. I'm like, I'm not really mean to him. I'm just gotta explain things.
You know, so I was sitting, I was like, you know. Okay, I got this. I ordered a bunch of appetizers, you know, to start. And we got ribs. They come with like a fucking, like a wasabi mustard dipping sauce. And chicken wings that come with honey dipping sauce. And oysters Rockefeller. And Matthew doesn't eat oysters, apparently. Fried oysters.
Oh, tell me about that overcooked steak, please, next.
No, not there yet. This is a different restaurant. This is the night before. And then we got like a shrimp. I thought it would be a fucking knockout dish for him because all he does is talk about shrimp. Him and fucking Greg were like shrimp. And Greg's like, I like shrimp scampi. I like shrimp and grits. I like fried shrimp, boiled shrimp, shrimp cocktail. And Matt's like, I'm bubblegum shrimp. I'm bubblegum shrimp. I like shrimp on a hat. I like shrimp in my ass. Matt's like, I'll eat shrimp on a shrimp. And then, and the fucking, like, it comes in a crock pot. It's like a traditional kind of Spanish tapas where it's like, you know, shrimp. Tapas, Bobby, tapas. No, it's like shrimp and chorizo and a garlic sauce. It's an appetizer. And Matt's like, oh, I don't eat that. I'm like, it's shrimp. And he's like, oh. And Belisa was like, yeah, he only eats fried shrimp. I was like, what?
Oh, my.
Shocker.
You only eat fried shrimp? What the fuck, man? This is like a giant fucking shrimp. Like it's a cat. You don't eat this? And he's just like,
on it though, and the legs and everything.
No. It was just a beautiful
peeled shrimp.
It was a peeled, beautiful, like bunch of shrimp, like jumbo shrimp with chorizo. And Matt
like just a jumbo shrimp. Oh, you said jumbo shrimp.
He like ate them just to be polite, you know. But anyway, we had a fun time. And then the next day, the very next day, we got stuffed. Like Matt could barely. Like, I wanted to stuff him. I wanted to fucking eat down, you know? And we did. And then the next day I picked them up in my piece of shit car and went to Peter Luger's. And that's when Bobby was like, that steak is burned, because they fucking broil that, you know, and like the inside's red and the outside's black. It's a beautiful steak, you know.
Actually, I also said that's a well done, or that's a.
The inside of that shit was gray. That shit looked like Vision with the Mind Stone out.
You didn't see the inside.
That was, like, they brought that steak to the table and they all cried because it was the death of that was the death of Optimus Prime.
What do we do there? Yeah, so you know, I got shrimp cocktail. Obviously, guess who didn't have any? Because it ain't fried shrimp. I'm like, you're full of shit, man. You ain't no shrimp fucking lover.
Oh yeah, shrimp's my favorite. Boiled or broiled? Shrimp.
Give me shrimp with the heads and legs on it, man. I'll fucking rip that shit off and eat it. You know?
I want the other stuff.
Oh, but it was fun putting like slabs of bacon and then the steak stuff. And Matt, he wouldn't eat the cream spinach, which was a damn.
All that New York City steak talk, man. I could take you down here and give you some steak that's actually cooked properly. You would love it.
Well done, like leather. That's how we eat it down here.
And that's how you eat it up there.
No, it was fucking red in the middle.
I didn't see any red in that picture. Go to that picture, Robert. Go to that picture.
It was the top of a steak.
Go to that picture and show me some red. No. I can show you inside pictures of that steak. Don't and please. You said it was medium rare. Please don't say that. Please don't say that.
It was medium rare.
No.
You can't ever.
Guess where that shit is going if it hits my table. Back.
In your ass.
Back.
No. Luger's sets the benchmark for steaks.
No, not if it's gray.
It wasn't gray.
It was gray.
Get your eyes checked.
All right, I'm going to show you. That's going to be the backdrop for the SCU page this week if I can figure out how to post, because that it's like they changed some shit on there.
All you see is the top of a steak.
Nope. I'm gonna send it right now in the chat, Robert. That shit was fucking trash. I would never allow that steak to hit my table. Not in a million years.
We'll see.
On its way down to the table, I would be like, whoa. What is that?
Next time, don't be like, hey, Robert.
What is
I'm
that?
in Brooklyn. Let's go to Luger's.
What is that?
You got to be like,
what is that?
I don't have my phone. Azalea took my phone. I got to fucking go into Facebook.
Robert?
Yes.
Does Luger's have burgers?
Yeah, they use their fucking steak for the burgers.
I'd be like, please, I'm sorry, sir. Can you please send this overcooked steak back, please?
Did you PM him that picture?
In all fairness, I don't see it. In all fairness, I had to tell them mid-rare, not true mid-rare, because Matthew wanted medium.
It's mid plus.
Yeah, so it wasn't really true mid-rare.
I've never seen a steak so overcooked.
It wasn't overcooked. You crazy.
In years.
Just jelly.
In years.
It's just hating. You're just drinking a hater.
All that New York City talk.
Hey, maybe if you called more than a half an hour before being in Brooklyn, you would have gone to Luger's too, and you would have seen it was red.
No, I'm not eating that overcooked steak. Go fuck yourself. I'd rather go back to Baltimore and have some real cooked steak.
Matthew just PM. I've been telling Matthew to go to Junior's. I felt kind of bad because Monday he went to Applebee's for lunch, and I was like, "Oh fuck, you're in downtown Brooklyn. Go to Junior's. Leave the table." And he was like, "We just ordered cheese sticks, which is mozzarella sticks, I think, in Ozarkanese." And I was like, "You need to go to Junior's. You got to go to Junior's." So he finally just had Junior's cheesecake, and he said, "Robert D, that cheesecake is fucking good." He just PM'd.
Oh my God. Shout out to Matt just real quick. Like, he went to New York City, and two of the first places he posted pictures from or commented about was Applebee's and Target, I think.
He should have got the steak from Applebee's. That's what I would have got. I'd have been like, hey, Robert, would it be okay if we just went back to Applebee's and got the steak properly cooked?
Yeah, that shit, man. I worked at Applebee's, and those grimy motherfuckers would microwave that shit.
Greg and I had to speak privately, like, hey, man, is that shit really as overcooked as it seems? I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure.
It wasn't. It was literally just a millimeter on the outside.
Oh, yeah? I'm getting ready to show you. I'm getting ready to show you this millimeter.
I had it in my face.
He actually hired a graphic artist to dissect that picture.
I know.
Just how done that steak was.
And then it was time for dessert. And I was like, come on, what do you want for dessert? And he's like, I'll share with Belisa. I was like, no, what do you want? And then I heard him mention
He was probably uncomfortable. He didn't want anything else from that restaurant.
Even he had pecan pie. And he's from the South, and he said it was some of the best pecan pie he ever ate.
I just sent it in the chat. Show me where the red is.
On the inside, you can't see it.
On a medium rare, I should be able to see something.
It's right past that. It's red, and it's thick slices.
Dude, look at the second piece cut there. Look how far down you see, and it's all gray.
It's not a good photo. It was red. I was worried that Matt wouldn't eat it. That's not a good photo.
You should have been worried whether or not I would eat it.
And I don't see it with that slice, that one slice. Hold on, let me add to this.
It's disgusting.
Oh, God damn it. Hold on. You know what? I got leftovers in the fridge.
I'm
going to put you on hold. I'll be right back.
There's a butcher. There's a butcher in Texas somewhere throwing up.
Hold on. Just hold on. I'll be right back.
I'm going to mark mine in yellow just so you guys know.
Dude, come on. Look, while Robert's away, all right? Look, Greg, you and me talking, baby. While Robert's away, Italian food, it is stupendous in New York City. I'm sure Chinese food is as well. I don't eat the shit. But don't tell me that they know how to cook a steak better than... Come on.
Hey, actually, while me and you were talking, how do you feel about the crab industry in Maryland right now?
Is something going on with it that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, they cut all those H-1 visas, and all the crab pickers can't get back in the country. And so, like, the companies that process crabs and the boats are out of work.
I don't know, man. But I take your word for it. You seem to be much more up on the subject than I am. But I know a number of crabbers, and I haven't heard any complaint. I don't know even how that would affect them.
Well, yeah, because the people that actually they do the processed crab, which is a big they hire seasonal workers from Mexico to pick the crab.
Oh, to pick it. Okay.
From the trees. I mean, I realized on my fucking phone take a picture of this leftover steak to show you it's fucking red in the middle. So I was eating it.
A can of a can of crab, which I know is a heresy or whatever, but if you're just gonna cook with it, went from being of like $9 to be at $22 here.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the cost of paying people what they're, you know what I mean? Like I get it. I'm okay.
I hate people.
I would be less okay if I got that overcooked steak.
Oh, here we go.
Good night. Medium rare.
I posted a close-up of it in the chat, and it's pretty...
I think there was two guys in the back of that restaurant, Vinny and Donnie, and they were like, they said medium rare. Yeah, I know, but they paid for it. They might as well get the whole thing cooked. Am I right?
It was closer to medium than medium rare, in all fairness.
It was closer to well done. It was closer to melt well done.
No, those aren't complete slices. Like that's
no, you come here, you're gonna spend $100 and some on the steak. I'm gonna give it to you well done. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna give it to you well done. I'm gonna give it to you well done.
That steak was over $200.
They were like,
oh my god.
There's that Robert DiGianni fuck. He got
what
boy on a fucking
got him on that fucking trial. I'm gonna fucking burn his fucking steak.
It's like, yo, what can we do, Vinny? He's like, what can we do, silly? It's like, let's fucking cook a steak.
That was Australian.
Yeah, Australian in the back. I got you, mate.
In all fairness, those steak slices are like 3 inches thick, and you're only seeing a half inch.
Yeah, no, that is a thick steak. My question is, why did they cook it for a whole 45 minutes?
Yo, let me ask you a question. Should I go to work
please.
tomorrow, or should I go with Matt to Coney Island?
Well, you should go to work. You should go to work because your stomach's probably feeling fine from eating every ounce of that steak fully cooked all the way through.
Go with Matt to Coney Island. Call out, cancel your appointment.
Yeah, definitely go to Coney Island.
Should I?
Ish.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a ride called the Tickler that I think he would fit on.
Go live. You have to go live.
I will.
Okay.
It's called the tickler because you start laughing so hard because it's so fucked up. It's like you're in a teacup, and it would fit him because I know it would fit me when I was at my biggest, and like the bar comes down and it just stops wherever it fits over your stomach, and it's like a teacup, but it fits 4 people, and this fucking thing goes forwards and backwards, up, down, turns on a dime, and you just start laughing, because it's so crazy. So I'm thinking it's like a roller coaster.
Do you think? Let me ask you a question. Do you think that Matt was at all obligated to tell you that the steak was good because of how much you hyped it up?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't feel like he felt caught up at all?
No. I think he liked it a lot. He ate a lot of food.
Sure.
But I think he felt. I feel bad for hyping it so much. It was really good, but I feel like I shouldn't have hyped it at all.
Right.
I shouldn't hype any food. Belisa was challenging me like Skullface. It was really kind of funny. Like the ribs. I was just excited, so I'm exaggerating. I'm like, these are the best ribs. They're so good. And she like took one bite. And she's like, they're not the best. I'm like, oh, come on. Okay, they're not the best, but they're good. And like the bacon that came with the Lugers.
But I'm saying, as a man from Arkansas, when that overcooked steak hit his plate,
it wasn't overcooked.
And then you asked him, "How does it taste?" In the slightest bit, do you think he was like?
No, you don't understand. First of all, I order my steak.
Hold on. Big Matt Baldwin just commented in the chat. He said Texas Roadhouse is the best.
First of all,
I tell you.
First of all, I eat my steak rare to mid-rare. Matthew specifically requested medium. We had to negotiate to medium to mid-rare for him. He eats his shit cooked, well done almost. That's all I got to say. You lose a lot of the flavor when you do that.
That is an Outback medium. It's well done. So, okay. I kind of see where this is going.
But it was red in the middle. There's like a bark on it, and there was an area of like grayish tan, but then there was red. Puppy.
So are you taking him to Coney Island?
I think I should.
Have I ever told you the story about how I was a little girl living in New York City, and my mom used to give me 50 cents and a subway token to ride to Coney Island, and I get an Ethan's hot dog and a knish.
I think I should. We got to go live.
Yeah, those are good times.
I guess I got to pick them up. See, Coney Island's more fun. It's fun in the day and the night, but it's the most fun at night. But Lisa's done with school now, so
just get Matt a square potato knish.
You know what? I should have Matt come to my office.
Just give him a fucking bagel, okay, and be done with it.
You got the bagels.
Square potato knish. Slap fucking mustard on that shit.
I've been fucking those bagels up all week, Robert. I just want to let you know.
No wonder you gained 7 pounds.
Yeah, I know. Look, I've been I've been taking that fucking steroid to get my back right, like the and like
dick shrunk.
So I've been eating all these fucking bagels, and I told Laura just the other night, I was like, I'm fucking craving bread. Like, I just want to eat a whole fucking loaf of bread. And she was like, it's the steroid. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because I ate like all the fucking bagels in the freezer.
Whoa!
Are you taking Venom?
Yeah, except the salt one. The salt one, I was like, you still gotta relax.
That's a lady's bagel. Salt bagels are a lady's bagel.
I'm gonna save the salt bagel for when I get that steak. I can just add it to my own saltiness.
So what was your favorite bagel?
Honestly, the only ones that were left were plain sesame seed and salt.
Huh.
And they were all good. They're good. They're good. I'll give you that. I'll give you the bagels. I'm not giving you that steak, but I'll give you the bagels. I'm not giving you that steak. That steak is trash, but I'll give you the bagels.
Well, you know what? You got to come out here, and then we'll go and you can see for yourself.
I'll have the steak, but I guess I'm going to have to meet. I guess we'll order it extra rare. I don't know what the answer is.
That's mid to medium.
No, it's not. You're fucking living on a different planet, alien. That's fucking well done.
No, it's not. It's right
sure
in the
it is.
middle.
Sure it is.
We spent like half an hour.
There's a fucking inch of that steak that's fucking solid gray.
You know what's killing me is I was eating, and I said, I should take a fucking picture of this steak.
You should.
Bobby has already commented that it's burned.
It is.
Well, I should take a picture of this slice and show him it's not.
I understand. So I understand. Look, let me say this. I understand that it's famous, right? But just because it's famous does. I mean, they made 2 films after it, 50 Shades of Grey. And I understand that it's
very. They wrote an album about it, Fade to Black. They wrote a movie about it, Twilight.
Oh God. But I need to get Vision his Mind Stone back in order to eat that steak. Okay, so let's get into some notes. I
should go to Coney Island.
Actually, and it's completely unrelated. Yeah, you should definitely go to Coney Island and do live footage of him on the tickler. Anything
but aren't I being really irresponsible by not going to work?
Dude, fuck responsibility. Look at you. Look at your lifestyle. It's you have kids that are going to be up until midnight. Just go to the tickler, okay?
Listen. The kids are up right now. Lisa is sleeping.
Yeah, of course. Just go to the tickler. Fuck work. Just keep it going. Completely unrelated. Guess who I talked to today for like 5 hours on the phone?
Bailey J.
No, but I kind of wish. I talked to former cast member Decepticon.
No.
I did. And like we talked for hours. And we talked about everything. We talked about the state of third party. We talked about the MCU. We talked about the DCEU. We talked about a lot. It was a great conversation. It was good catching up with that dude.
Does he miss us?
Oh yeah. He actually said, he was like, I miss Shadowcast a lot due to the work schedule and stuff. It's almost an impossibility, but you know, like I do think about Shadowcast fairly often. And in completely unrelated news, we have MMC Deathsaurus reveals.
Did you say nose?
Nose. News.
Oh wait, no! Before we get started on news, I channeled my inner Nerd Rage Radio last night.
Good.
And I was on Netflix, and I was like, nobody mentioned Black Lightning. I'm gonna watch Black Lightning.
How was it?
Trash.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's trash.
It's garbage. It's so bad. It's like stereotypical all over the place. Like all the white cops racially profile, you know?
Yeah.
And like, this is the guy from Stand By Me. He's a principal, but he used to be a superhero. And now he has a new suit and it fucking has lights in it. So how fucking good is he in the dark and everybody can see him? Right. It's like he's got goggles on. How do you have a secret identity and it's you? It's like you. He saves his daughters like twice in the first 2 episodes, and all he has is fucking goggles on. How do they not go, Dad?
Yeah.
and like he's punching people, huh?
Superman pulled that shit off, but then again, DC's trash.
This is DC though. This isn't the DCU.
This is not the DCEU. This is just DCWB.
Yeah.
This is WB too.
Yeah,
it's very like almost offensive because it's like WB, you know. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Is it the WWWB?
He's like,
dude, I hate to, like. Did you hear that fucking Comcast offered fucking Fox?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like the worst news of the day.
Yeah, I saw that. I meant to actually address that before the show, but
God damn it.
Schedule.
Okay, so I guess I'm talking.
No, I'm sorry, Robert. It's just everybody knows that Black Lightning was going to be trash.
I have something funny to say though.
Okay, go for it.
There's a scene. He's in this outfit. His costume has like giant areas of glowing lights. All right, so he is not very good in the dark. All right, and he fucks up a motel that's like a prostitution ring. The cops are there after the fact, arresting people and stuff. It's a motel. It's like 2 stories. It's low to the ground. This motherfucker is standing on top like Batman, and no one can see him. And he's glowing.
With his lightning powers?
No one's just looking 10 feet up to see him, looking down at them.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
And he punches people with electricity, and he shoots lightning. No one dies. A lot of people get shot. He punches you with like an electric shock punch, and it's just like a punch with flair. That's all that it is. It's pretty bad. It's bad. I couldn't get past 2 episodes, and I had the night to myself, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't watch a third.
Let me ask you about what you can get past.
Oh, never mind.
That steak.
Can you get Can you get past overcooked steak, and can you also get past MMC's reformatted Deathsaurus?
I don't know anything about Deathsaurus.
Yeah, he's in the comics, and he's further along in the kind of Japanese canon. What do you think about this, Greg?
Well, for anyone wondering, he was the bad guy versus Starsaber.
I believe so.
In the original Victory show.
All we can see is his head.
Yeah, this is gonna definitely be the IDW style.
100%.
Yeah. Which actually kind of, since no one knows who he is, will move us on to the next bit of news.
I agree. And interestingly enough, if you look at the dates and times that this was posted, it came out relatively moments after Planet X announced silhouettes of a Deathsaurus.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that something? It's almost as if one were saying, but if you want one for your IDW shelf, sit tight. Let me say this before I pass it on. This seems like an incredibly strange choice for Planet X.
It does.
Talk about it.
Well, this isn't a video game character, which is kind of what Planet X has been like known for.
Exactly.
And it's a blackened silhouette, so I can't really call it at this point, but it looks like it's more G1, maybe?
I agree.
But if it's not, and it is a comic character, we might have our first comic wars. Because I don't think anyone's really tried to challenge.
Amen.
I'm sending you something, but this is a secret.
Why the fuck would Planet X choose now to jump out of the goddamn game shit and into such a bizarre-ass character? Like, it seems like such a fucking strange choice.
Well, they're kind of out of main characters, like, to do, right?
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to, like, sit and think about that shit.
I just sent you something in the chat, but it's a secret, so you can't post it.
Okay.
All right.
I've seen this.
They did Dinobots. And then, like, Hasbro did, like, main characters. So, I mean,
they just had the Insecticons teased.
Oh, yeah, too. Yeah, that's right. Let me rat Robert out for whatever inside information he has.
Yeah. But, like, I just think it's such a bizarre turn of events. You know, it's such a strange little niche of fandom that we're involved in, where it's like, yeah, no, guys, we're doing toys specifically aimed off of these 2 video games that are now well beyond us, but you know, and then here's Deathsaurus. You know what I mean? It's just fucking strange.
What do you think of the Planet X?
I mean, of the silhouette, I mean, it looks like a Deathsaurus silhouette.
What do you think about the photos I sent you?
Look, I'm going to say this across the board. Deathsaurus is not a character that interests me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now,
who gives a shit?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, what's the next step for Planet
X?
I'd
rather eat that burnt-ass steak, Robert, than buy a Deathsaurus figure.
You're just aching to get something on me. You just need something.
I don't need anything new. You got that Mujahideen shirt that you were rocking over here.
Guess what I'm wearing right now? Yo, all I know is you finish the Dio, that tub is dead.
I've already finished a new one, and the tub is still
tub?
fine. Nope, the tub is fine. Yeah, it is. I actually didn't use the tub at all because I was injured.
Why?
I was injured, so I was in the kitchen working on it.
Oh, I'll tell you why. because I know Laura had an idea for you, didn't she? She said, "Hey, Bobby, since the weather's nice, why don't you use a bucket and take that shit outside?"
She was like, Bobby, I know that sometimes
that steak gets overcooked.
Properly cooked meat can destroy your stomach, so let's just cook it all the way till it's black all the way through, and then eat it.
I totally punked you to Laura. Like when I was over there, I was like, "So when the weather warms up, why doesn't he just take that shit outside?" And then she was like, "You're right."
With friends like these.
Who needs tubs?
But yeah, I'm not buying either one of these Deathsaurus. So, what about you, Greg? Are you in for either one of the Deathsaurus? I get the impression no.
No.
And Robert?
I'm getting all of them.
Right. In other news, Robert might be excited, but Robert, why don't you go ahead and introduce this one? Because I feel like you'd be the most excited about this.
Let's see. Mastermade Odin? I'm actually not. You know, I thought it was Odin, and I thought they were just KOing Unique Toys. I was like, holy fuck, they're doing a fucking Abominus. I got excited. And then I looked, and I was like, oh, bullshit. It looks like crap. It's literally just, it looks like a remold of their Metroplex to me. It really does. With fucking RC pauldrons. Now they're called pauldrons. Whatever the fuck a pauldron is. If I had Siri, I'd ask her right now.
They've actually been called pauldrons since the Roman Empire. Hey, whatever.
Because, the Romans had fucking cisterns on their shoulders.
I mean, like, it looks different, though. Like, the transformations look different.
I think it looks good.
I agree that, like, it kind of, at first look, it looks like Metroplex, but I don't feel like the alt modes look like Metroplex.
I haven't seen the alt mode. Let me keep clicking. That alt mode's stupid. Looks like
I agree. The alt modes are stupid. I do agree with that.
You know what? Knockoff Lord. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
This looks kind of crappy. I don't like it. It looks like a Zord.
You hear his voice, Bobby? He's like, I don't like it.
I know. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
That's what I would have said when that steak hit the table.
And you know what? That's the kind of place you'd send it back and they would come back with the steak you asked for.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Excuse me. I just like it.
I'm going to need all the ketchup for this dry-ass steak.
Oh my God, they killed my soul off. You're as bad as he is, but we'll get when we get to it.
You know what sucks is I have a complete Mastermade collection. Literally complete. I even have their SDF-1.
No, you don't.
Which was their first. And I don't think I'm buying this.
Yes, you are. You're definitely buying this.
Yes, you are. You're buying this.
Yeah, you're 100% buying this. Stop.
Does it really, other than the color scheme?
Hey, Robert.
Your next child, Odin.
Robert, knock it off. You're definitely buying this.
Let me ask you this: if he wasn't blue and red and gray, or whatever, white, is this?
No. I don't even feel like. Honestly, I don't even feel like the color scheme matches that much.
Right. So, the pauldrons, is that Fort Max?
Dude, you love pauldrons. You love to say pauldrons.
Pauldrons.
Because it's an incorrect word. I love it because they're not fucking pauldrons.
They're lady power pads.
Right. He's got like RC lady power pads. Like pauldrons, aren't pauldrons shoulder shields?
I mean, you know what? I'm man enough to admit when I'm out of my league. I'm gonna
ask you.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up pauldron.
I think a
pauldron, sometimes spelled pauldron or pauldron, is a component of plate armor which evolved from spaulders in the 15th century. As with spaulders, pauldrons covered the shoulder area. Pauldrons tend to be larger than spaulders, covering the armpit and sometimes parts of the back and chest.
Those aren't pauldrons. They're like tampon ejectors.
But, so you would have pauldrons.
They're like rockets. They're like back rockets. They look more like a rocket pack than pauldrons.
It does look more like a rocket pack. I do agree with you there.
This does not look like Fort Max, so I'm very disappointed in them. I'm very disappointed. This looks like they upsized and retooled their Metroplex.
Shame on them.
Yeah. I mean, Bobby says I'm going to get it. Greg says I'm going to get it.
You're definitely going to get it.
I feel like I'm going to get it now, but it sucks. Why am I going to get it?
I get it. You're going to give it to somebody for free.
Life ain't always fair.
I'm going to feed him some steak.
Life's not free.
But you're definitely getting it.
I don't want to.
I know. I hear you. I believe you. But you will get it. Speaking of other things that you might get, XTB Crosscut. Dude, what's up? What's up? What's up, no mouth?
Bobby, what is this? It's a GoBot?
There's there's source material for this.
It's the skids. This is skids.
Crosscut?
This is their skids. Remolded.
No. Yeah, remold. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
You know how I can tell?
Because of the general fucking shape of it?
They got those knock knees.
You know what I like about it?
Everything.
It has more red than that steak that you ordered.
Well, you know what I think you like? You know what I think you like about it? You know what I think you like about it?
What's that?
The box art.
Dude, when that steak hit your table, answer me this. When that steak hit your table, were you like...
I'm just going to go with it at this point. You know what I did? I took some string and I tied that shit under my shoes. I took my shoes off. I put some steak slices under my feet. I got myself some sandals.
Greg
has diarrhea at the moment.
Oh yeah, he left for the moment. I don't know who the fuck.
Robert, please do not make fun of my diarrhea if I'm not on the call.
Sorry. I was pooping.
Greg has raging diarrhea at the moment, and he claims all he's eaten in the past 24 hours is Frosted Flakes. Who's calling bullshit?
Just cornflakes with the green and red bird on it. That's trash.
Isn't that a rooster, Bobby?
Dude, that fucking shit is trash. Like, if I was ever at somebody's house and I was like, what kind of cereal do you have? And they put the green and red bird on the table, I'd be like, dude, I am out. Pass.
That's just cornflakes.
Dude, the worst. I'd be like, pass.
That ain't Frosted Flakes.
I'd be like, do you have anything to put on this? They pull out the Splenda. I just fucking smack them and leave.
You know, the worst breakfast I ever had at a friend's house, I remember still to this day. I crashed in high school, crashed at a friend's place, and I was on the way home, and fucking dude handed me an apple.
Dude, I remember one time in my neighborhood, like, we were trick-or-treating, and this lady gave us apples. Like, you know, and like as soon as she closed the door, it was like, like all these apples just hit like the fucking. Nobody was having it. Absolutely not.
I ate the apple, but I was like, "This is a trash breakfast."
You're like, "This is no good."
It serves as toothpaste.
That's not even part of the complete breakfast. Like when you see in the picture, it's like the apple's the apple's only a part of it. You got to have the cereal and some toast.
This looks like garbage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not buying the skids either, man.
You're not buying the skids? I'm definitely buying the skids.
Nope. Why?
Because who else is going to make a skids? Just get the skids and be happy. It's fine.
Bobby,
it's fine.
Everything will be made by someone. Why would
But who gives a fuck? It's skids. It's who gives a fuck?
The point is, someone's going to come out with something, and it's going to be better than that.
Dude, shout out to Chris M. I'm a fan of both him and his lady friend. They said he just posted on it. Don't care about this. Hurry with skids.
How are they going to fund their skids? They got to tell you this first.
Yeah. That's more of an MMC tactic, to be honest. But
I was thinking about MMC when I said it.
And Hasbro. Let's move on. Then we have TR01 Agent Meister.
What? Now I'm confused, Bobby.
I don't know.
Is this rollout, whatever?
I would guess. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with this.
Isn't this transform and roll out? Whatever it was.
I would guess.
Do you have the Make toys?
Yeah.
You fucking traitor.
What? It's fucking good, man. That Make Toys unit is good.
You know what? Like, at this point, honestly, swear to God, like, I'm willing to wait for the Flames toys. Skids? Flames toys skids? $300? Done.
Dude, that flame was definitely given to that steak. I don't think this looks good. If you look
this looks good.
The same way I feel about the steak. If you look down at this,
look at all the gray. Only a little bit of red.
Yeah, there's more red on this Jazz than was on this steak. If you look at the picture, like the first picture, it's like a photo down, so the chest piece hides most of the abdomen. But if you continue through and you look at let's find one where they didn't hide the abdomen. Like, let's say the one where he's with Ironhide and Optimus. Dude, his abdomen goes on for leagues.
Well, that looks bad.
Yeah.
That's a bra.
Yeah.
Not good. That's transform and roll out, isn't it?
I would guess.
That gray, you can't fucking provide gray plastic like that.
Or gray steak.
It's way too chug.
I agree. Gray plastic, gray chug, gray steak. No good.
What are we on?
This Jazz. Was this the Jazz formerly known as Transform and Roll Out?
Oh, goddamn. You guys were like way up. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about this abdomen on this unit? Do you think? Would you say it goes on for days, leagues,
or parsecs?
Or
parsecs, definitely.
Or would you say it goes on for Brooklyn steaks?
Well,
how great it is.
Not to be confused, but I think that abdomen was well done. Not in the way that you're thinking. No, I think
that's good, Greg.
I think it looks bad because the chest is so far out.
Yeah. I would say that the abdomen is like a Brooklyn medium rare, but
he's got a Maryland crab shell for tits.
It's like a Brooklyn medium rare, but with Arkansas sensibilities.
Right.
I was teasing Belisa about living in the Ozarks. She was like, "We don't live in the Ozarks. We're like 2 hours away. Tell him, Matthew." And I was like, I had to tell her about the Mattisms. She had no idea. She was just, I was like, "Do you get embarrassed in the stuff Matt says on the show?" And she was like, "Yeah, I don't like the things he says that are politically embarrassing." And I was like, "What about the Mattisms?" She was like, "What's a Mattism?" And I was like, "Let me read you some show titles." Anything to distract from
I'm almost more curious as to what she thought he was saying that was politically embarrassing.
I know. Was it the Pollock thing? I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Pay attention. She's very nice. I mean, she's a very lovely lady. I'm really sure. Is.
I have no doubt. You'd have to be married to him.
She's kind of mean, though.
Come on.
I said, "How did you and Matt get together?" And Matt's going to be so mad at me. I shouldn't say it. Should I say it, Bobby?
Of course.
She was like, "Well, let me just say this. Matt did not look like that when we first met."
Oh, no.
And all I wanted was the story about how they got together.
She was like, "Would you believe that wasn't the profile picture he used?"
Matt was like, "It's true. I lost 80 pounds. I do that when I need to meet a woman. I met her, gained it all back." Oh, Matt's going to hate me. He's going to hate me. I and I got to take him to Coney Island tomorrow.
So you don't have a Jazz, correct, Robert?
Nope.
Are you getting this?
No. No, this is Chug. This is Chug scaled up to MP.
And Greg, you're not getting this, are you?
I have a mouthful of cereal.
Nice. What kind? What kind?
Red and green bird.
It's actually a mix.
Oh.
I do bottoms. I do butts.
You sound like Scooter, by the way.
Yeah, hold on. It was Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Channel Scooter.
And frosted mini wheats. I mix them together.
Nice. Nice job on the mix, Mac.
That sounds like diabetes in a bowl, dude.
Yeah, whatever. Usually only like Raisin Bran, Special K, and shit, but I went.
Eat the cornflakes? You ever eat cornflakes?
I'm not big on the cock.
Are you a fan of?
No, it's not a cock. It's a red and green bird. That's what Bobby called it.
Are you a fan of this Jazz?
It's fine. If I was to order one, I'd order the one without the tampos. I actually have the Toy World one incoming. So yeah, I'll check that out next week. But I kind of wish I just kept the toys.
Gotcha.
Flames Toys needs to come out with some G1 shit.
So
Toys needs to come out with Jazz.
Let me ask you guys a question. Did anybody watch this XTB Toro video review?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I did not watch it, but I did watch the screen cap that Dust Mites posted up on his Instagram of that backpack, and that was LOL funny.
Fuck this. Fucking Ben. Look, Ben. I think he's a nice guy. I do. And
don't say anything about Ben. If you want to say, I'm fucking saying something about him. Goddamn.
Bobby, though. I like Ben. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's a gentleman. Does he kowtow? Yes. Does he put? Maybe, people try to explain away his view, like he's innocent. And this comes from this, hi, 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 hi. You know that song, Bobby?
I do know that song. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's innocent and he loves everything. And maybe he does. But this Toro video is funny. It is funny because he's posing it and there's flaps sticking out, sticking up, and he points it out too, which is fine. I actually,
right, yeah, it's good.
I tip my hat to him because he's like, oh, well, I wish the feet, like the flap on the feet doesn't tab in, it holds in with friction. And but then he's like, it does a fine job staying in. And then while he's touching it, it flaps out, which is funny. But then he's posing it and you see the flap is out because you can't move the leg without the flaps on the feet out. And, he even says he doesn't like the backpack.
Right.
So my hat's
good.
I
yeah,
my
good.
Hat to him.
Good.
But he did it in a very innocent, loving way.
I think that's just his nature. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Do that. Make that your thing. Be marshmallows and clouds and rainbows. That's fine, but point out everything. And he did a good job. I think it was a good review. I really do.
Good.
But
did he say he has a wee bit of kibble? Because that's my favorite shit. When he's like, when he's got like a whole fucking like armory on his back. He's like, he's got a wee bit of kibble on the back here. I fuck with that shit heavy.
At first he was like, the backpack was, he's like, what else are they gonna do with it?
Yeah.
But then the next cut where he's talking about the backpack, like 30 seconds later, he's just like, I wish they did something different.
Yeah, you and me both, Ben. God damn it.
I'm not buying that. That shit is on par with that last Jazz that we just looked at. It's not for me, man.
So I would agree had I not seen these pictures of this fucking black cliff jumper from MMC.
The thing is, this is limited. They only made like 200.
Yeah, but it's the mold, Mac. It's the mold. It looks like trash cans. The fucking waist looks ridiculous. The fucking hips look absurd. It doesn't fucking look remotely anything close to a masterpiece cliff jumper.
I got a feeling these photos just don't do justice.
I hope they don't. Because if they do justice... Go ahead, Greg.
Bobby's gonna spend like $500 on this figure, like 2 years down the road.
Not at all.
Alt mode. I love the alt mode.
Yeah, it's fine, but like there's the waist and hips on this thing looks so fucking stupid. See, here's the thing. I think that both look. I don't think either one got it right.
Yeah,
but when if I put this MMC cliff jumper on my shelf, you're gonna tell they got it wrong from the front, and you won't with the X Transbots, and that's where my money's going as a result.
Yeah, but I think the X Transbots fails at those feet.
I just got to make sure the X Transbots fits on my shelf with that backpack.
Those feet, dude, they're huge.
But he has huge feet.
But those are huge.
No, they're huge for huge sake, but he does have big feet.
The MMC, my biggest complaint is from the front, like his laterals, under his armpits, it's too wide. That's
that's an issue also. That's an issue also. I agree. There's
the color is great though. It's like that's a mistake.
If that cliff jumper, the MMC one, collapsed, if that waist collapsed, I'd be in.
I don't know. That looks like a nice rare steak.
You must be looking at the thighs. Because that's your definition of rare right there in thighs.
I don't know.
Thighs and calves, you're like, yeah, rare. Ooh, not the feet, those are well done, but the thighs and the calves, that's medium rare, yeah.
I think it just doesn't photograph well.
Yeah, hold on, Bobby, I messaged you.
Okay. I wonder if the front shot is backpack. You're seeing backpack. The backpack is wider than the chest. And I think in person it's not going to be so offensive. Whereas in the photos, the X Transbots backpack is very offensive and it photographs well. But in hand, it's going to be very obvious. I think you're going to see a flip, in terms of photogenics.
Right. Robert, it's just you and me, baby.
I don't think the black. I'm not getting the black. It's funny. I knew about this, and I was all like, "Oh, I want the black one." Was it?
And Skullface.
And Picard was playing his flute, and
yeah, dude. Look at this MMC one. Look at the next picture, right? Like the one where it's him from the back, side, and front.
Yep.
If you could collapse that shit where the front windshield hit the top of the hips, like the top of the pelvis, I might be in.
Maybe it does if you pose them.
I feel like they would show it.
Well, I'm getting it, so you'll take a look at it.
Okay, cool.
I'm getting it.
Good.
I have faith.
Good. I mean, you bought that steak. You might as well buy this cliff jumper.
Exactly. Is it great? I'm down. This cliff jumper's softer than that steak.
Look, I like to buy subpar shit is really what I'm up. Like, I don't know. Look, MMC, Ocular Max, the tapes are fucking awesome. The Mirage is fucking awesome. The rest of that shit, you got to relax.
I think that RC is going to be good.
We'll see,
almost
buddy.
got one. I almost got the prototype.
We'll see, buddy.
You know who I'm talking to right now. Send me the prototype, bitch.
So let's move on. And we're moving on to Hasbro news.
Let's just skip this.
G1 Hot Rod Reissue.
All right, next. Statuish news.
Yeah, we pretty much talked about this.
Who's gonna buy? Honestly, Bobby, let's just say you you had a wave of nostalgia and you got this G1 Hot Rod Reissue. Would you take it out of the box?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I would buy a reissue if
Greg dropped out. Yeah.
He said he had to go.
It's the Bobby and Bobby show.
Yeah. How about that, Bobby and Robbie?
I have you where I want you.
Let
me ask you a question. Bobby.
Yeah.
Use lotion.
No.
Really? You just dry it?
Dry what? What are you talking about?
Do you use lotion?
No, I just told you no. What are you asking me twice?
Wow. Look at that. Captain Dry Rub. You heard it first on Shattercast.
I don't know what you're talking about, but are you talking about when I pleasure myself, Robert?
Ew! Ew!
Am I being cruel?
Ew!
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's kind of gross.
Look, this
Yes.
no, I don't. No. I don't look, I don't have
spit.
time for all that nonsense. I'm usually I gotta let's get it out of the way and move on with our day.
You spit in the palm?
No.
Damn!
Damn, well, you do too much foreplay with yourself. You gotta relax.
You don't pinch a nipple?
What do you think of no. What do you think about this Imaginarium Jazz statue?
Oh, God.
I think it looks fucking awesome.
You seem like a very structured guy.
I am structured.
So do you have a specific time that you pleasure yourself?
No.
Like morning wood? Is it something you need to deal with? I think that you handle masturbation as if it's something that has to be handled.
That is true.
Yeah, I know.
That is true. It's usually it becomes a distraction, so I gotta sort that out before I can move on with my day.
Because of you and the way you are, it would be embarrassing to walk around like that.
No, I mean I don't really feel like I have a walk around with that problem. Like I feel like if I walk around, it'll sort of sort itself out. I don't have a walk around with that problem. I'm not in fourth grade. Fourth grade, I had to walk around with that problem.
I was at a water park in high school.
Oh,
I actually
God.
remember this. And there was a dude standing there in the 80s shorts, like super short shorts with a raging boner, just standing there. I was like, that's embarrassing. Oh, Bobby. Imaginarium.
I think this looks great.
Let's see.
I feel like if you don't buy this for Justin, you're not a true friend.
I'm not. Fuck him. Fuck. Things.
But you know what? To be honest, in color, like I think this is beautiful. But in color, I have to admit, it might not have been the best, like, kind of composition to choose.
Too much black.
And it's like, there's something off-putting about the general pose in, I don't know if it's a symmetrical thing or what the issue is, but there is something off-putting about it. I don't get me wrong, I think it's sculpted beautifully, painted beautifully, etc., but I just don't think the composition is great.
Something's weird about the sculpt, the proportions. Look at the crotch. He's got a huge crotch.
I don't know. I think the proportions are fine.
It's like his articulation issues. And it's a fucking statue.
Maybe like the arms are too forward on the chest.
Yeah, it doesn't look so good.
It doesn't look great. I'll admit it doesn't. It doesn't. Like the paint, I feel like matches, and the presence matches the price, but I don't feel like the general presentation. I don't feel like this is a $500 piece.
You know what's funny? If you just cycle through the photos, you can tell they're taking pictures to try to get a good shot of this figure.
Yeah,
and they just
100%. 100%. I gotta give it to Justin on this. He kind of. Oh wait, no, it's only $334 American.
Oh, that's it.
No
way.
I gotta give it to Justin. He kind of called this one ahead of time. I don't feel like this is like I think the Wheeljack looks better.
Yeah. Well, this really something's lacking. It doesn't. It's missing that certain personality.
It's not terrible. Like $100, $150, worth it.
Really?
I think so. But I think like at $350, I feel like your money could go to another statue that would be more rewarding.
Yeah, there's something missing.
There's something missing.
Missing like the spirit. There's a certain.
I think it's the pose. I think it's the pose.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Because if he's going to be in a pose where he's kind of jumping off of something at an angle, he's not going to look so stiff.
Yeah, I don't think it ends up translating well. I got to give it to Justin.
Jazz is an acrobat. I mean,
I don't know if he's an acrobat.
He's the most acrobatic of the Autobots, I feel.
I need to think about that.
See? You know how I got you right there? I said I feel. I got your number, man.
You're funny.
You know, I say that to say this.
Tell me about it, Robert.
I'm just saying that. That's another thing. All right.
Let's move on.
What about Arcee?
Ooh. I haven't seen this yet.
Me neither.
That looks fucking great.
Oh, she's so hot.
That looks fucking great. Now that's, but they say between $350 and $400. That looks fucking money.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That looks like it's worth the price. Like, it captures the character, it captures the essence, it's a little modernized. See, like, dude, I don't know if it's me, man. I might be going through... Robert, I might be going through a transitional period, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this, to me, is more exciting than a figure.
Mm-hmm. Because I think you're not in it for the transformation. You're in it for the character. So if something offers you a good version of your character, you want that.
Yeah.
You know? This is like Arcee. You know, there's enough tech stuff to, you know, hint at it transforming, but it's
strong, it's striking, it's sexy. Like, it's painted well, it's sculpted well, the pose is interesting.
Yup.
Like, it has the gun from the cartoon, it has the sword from the comic, like,
she has nipples.
Well, if you really look at this, right, it's almost like she's showing bottom boob, and like her bikini is skimpier. Like, they definitely sexualized her. But you know what? It looks fucking good. It arguably looks better.
It's almost like one of those like 70s to 80s, like Conan, novel cover art. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like the Frazetta stuff. Yeah.
I like it a lot. This is something I dig. You know, they're like, well, it's a statue. It doesn't have to transform. Why do we have to, you know, stay within any kind of confines? You know,
and they don't.
It's really good.
I think let me ask you a question. Like, let's get into a conversation about this, you and me.
Sure.
Because people get all out of sorts when it comes to the sexualization of Transformers. Do you think that being sexy is important to Arcee?
Yes.
I do too.
Yeah. You know, you fall down a rabbit hole there.
I know. I get it.
Why would Transformers have breasts?
I totally get it, and it's silly. But you know what? You know what, Robert? It's all fucking silly.
Of course.
So I think if it's a female character, like, I think that being sexy is not a bad thing. I think we're living in an era where making something sexualized is bad from a very loud, obnoxious vocal minority, but I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad thing. Like, I think that Wonder Woman is a strong, powerful female character, but guess what? She's sexy as fuck also.
I don't think, yeah. It's funny. You think about who hates sexy.
Right.
And it's fringe people.
I don't know any strong, powerful women that hate sexy.
No, exactly. They are proud of it.
Absolutely.
You're not taking advantage of them.
Nope.
They're
using it to their advantage, if anything.
Yeah. You know, they're sexy, but you can mind your own fucking business.
Yep.
You know, strong. You know what it is? It looks strong. She looks strong.
In every sense of the word.
Vulnerable.
She looks physically strong, confident, and sexy. And there's strength.
I'm hot and I'm blowing your fucking brains out and cutting your head off.
And there's strength in sexiness.
Of course.
Agreed.
that's why like Lisa, I can't wait till she gets out of school, because when she's all done up, going to court, like she get everything she wants.
Right. I mean, dude, like
She shouldn't take shit from anybody.
Like,
on top of it,
I don't like. I'm all about compromise when it comes to marriage, right? But when my wife comes downstairs, extra,
or you gotta watch her ass first.
When my wife comes downstairs, extra done up, all cards, all bets are off. Like she can have whatever the fuck she wants.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like she wins, and there's strength.
Well,
in
you know
that.
what?
That's not vulnerability. That's not weakness. That's power.
You know what though? You know what's funny? That's not necessarily a sign of her strength. It's a sign of your weakness.
I think it's both.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you can't have one without the other.
That's true. Strength is relative, actually.
Agreed.
Well, you know, there's objective strength, you know, irrespective of what other people would react to, as opposed to your power over someone else based on their weakness to you.
Mm.
You know, so I think what you're referring to is the latter, but it's still strength.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think that you would do anything for her regardless.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm just saying, like, she's got
clean the tub.
Except clean the tub. And eat that dry ass steak. I
Has
think
she ever asked you to clean the tub?
No, or eat that dry ass steak. She would look. My wife would 100% send that steak back.
And you know what? Fix it to your liking.
Well, good, because my liking is what I initially ordered. Dear SCU crew, and it's just you and me, Robert. Robert, can I be honest with you for a second?
I'm happy.
Can I compliment you real quick?
What's that?
There are a few people in my life that I've met through this fandom that I feel like,
I'm rolling my eyes.
That I feel like I was destined to meet. Like my path was just destined to cross paths with this person somehow, some way.
Huh.
And I would put you in that pocket. Like I feel like somehow, some way, you and I were going to know each other throughout the course of our lives, one way or another.
No thanks to you.
That's true.
You know, I tried contacting you. I hunted you down, sought you out, and you ignored me.
I never did that.
You did too.
No, I never ignored anyone. I answered every fucking comment up until like 3 weeks ago.
No, because when I first figured out who you were, and I PM'd you, you ignored me.
Oh, you PM'd the personal?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I ignore all that shit.
Wait, what do you you know, you mentioned this before. What do you mean by that you feel like it's fate?
I feel like we're gonna get a little deep. Are you ready to get a little deep?
Man, I love going deep.
Okay, so
deeper the better.
For those that are listening, without me getting all, I don't even know, getting all guru on you.
You can get guru.
Like I do feel like there is energy. Like people give off an energy, and people give off like an aura or a power or a presence, and there are people that can tune into it. And I feel like when I came in contact with you, it felt familiar, like I have known you, like I was meant to know you.
Yep.
So there's very few people I can say that about, but you would be one of them.
I appreciate that. And I must say, I definitely feel the same way. It's weird because I don't mean to diminish you at all as a friend. You know, I had a friend in high school, like a junior high, and before that, I didn't really have many friends. And when the high school I went to, it changed my life. And one of the first people I met, he was a very, very close friend of mine. You know, we became friends immediately based on that same idea. And, you know, we were friends for years, even though our lives really took divergent paths. And, you know, he ended up meeting a girl that ironically I was in law school with, which was mind blowing. And she was actually a snake one of the snakes in law school. There are snakes in law school.
Like an actual snake person, like from He-Man?
Might as well have been.
Okay.
Like she was an anathema.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, and it was weird. I couldn't tell him. Like I tried to tell him, like you're in love with a really bad person. But he didn't want to hear it, and eventually, you know, he cut me off. He's the kind of person that cut his friends off. It broke my heart when he finally did cut me off. Like I would have nightmares about it. I knew his family. I spoke to his mom about it. I'm like, you know, he won't call me back, and you know, it was hard. And you know, and then I met you, and you know, I feel the same energy, the same kinship, same brotherhood. You know, it's true. It's really weird. There's like, you know, it's the guru. This is getting all emo, but you know, there's a certain energy, certain aura is the gay way to say it in a good way. Gord.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like and like I've said this to you privately, but like there are times where like I'm, you know, whatever, I'm going through a situation in my life where your advice or your point of view could come in handy, and like I'm not the type that would reach out to someone like, I do have time to talk about how I feel. But like at those times, like you're in like the 90th percentile, like the phone will just ring and it'll be you, like just out of the blue. It's very strange. Like it's peculiar.
You know what's funny? I live by my gut.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
You know, my dad, it's like I feel like one of the only things he ever taught me was trust your gut.
Right.
And he spent a lot of my life showing me how to live like that. It's weird. You know, and you know, honestly, it'll just be like, you know, call Bobby. You know,
it's crazy.
You know,
there's something to it. I feel.
Yeah,
like.
I do.
So let me ask you a question from MP Collector. For this week's discussion, I'd love to hear your thoughts regarding what makes for a Oh my God.
Shit!
What a perfect question for the week.
Talk about Kismet.
For this
serendipity in his house.
For this week's discussion, I'd love to hear your thoughts regarding what makes for a solid steak dinner.
Yo, this episode is called Steak Dinner.
In particular,
this episode's got to be called.
What do you think pairs best with a perfect filet mignon? Sautéed mushrooms, loaded baked potato, lobster tail, crusty bread, red wine, ketchup. I know the easy answer is all of the above, but if you could only have one side with that slab of meat, which item would it be? MP Collector. MP Collector, you might be tied into the cosmic forces of Shadowcast Uncut.
I feel like he is.
He is.
I love that guy.
I do too. He's a good solid.
I wish I knew him better.
I do too, actually. And he's been over my house a handful of times. But you know, I was talking to Energon Addict, who I'm quite fond of, also. And
I loved it. I love him,
dude. Solid fucking dude. And we were
talking. Him pregnant.
We were talking, and he was like, "Man, he's like, I was there fucking all weekend. I still feel like we didn't get a chance to fucking kick it." And I was like, "Dude, I feel the same way. Like, it's a bummer how like sometimes I have like, you know, people over, you know, and I give a fuck and want to spend some time, like real time with, and then, you know, you don't get the opportunity to. But what would you say? Talk to me about your perfect steak dinner. So obviously, well done.
You know, you only get one. You only get one now. This is what MP's doing. He's saying you get one.
Well, he said in particular, what do you pair? Okay, one pairing. Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that.
Well, then if I'm going to pair one thing with a filet,
probably some water. Dry that fucking shit. He's like, God bless.
Sand.
Extra dry rub.
You know, he's saying red wine. So it's like you only have that choice. If that, it's either red wine. You've got to have a nice glass of wine with a nice fillet.
I agree. Or a beer.
Come on.
Beer and a steak is not a bad day.
Beer and a fillet?
It's not a bad day, Robert.
Okay. To each his own,
I mean, I'm good with red wine. That's my cup of tea these days, but a beer and a steak is not a bad day.
I would say, let's just take drinks off the table. If it was a meal and something with my fillet, it would be lobster if I had to pick. And, I'm not a big fan of lobster, but I feel like it pairs well with fillet specifically.
So, I have mixed feelings on this as well. Ketchup, of course. But
Heinz.
I feel like what I would rather have with a perfect fillet is a nice bread, right? But I don't feel like that, honestly, it pairs as well as some like sauteed or really well seasoned and grilled shrimp.
Yeah. Yeah, filet goes well with some type of shellfish.
I agree. But
because they're delicate. They're both delicate.
I would personally prefer some really well-baked bread. I don't think that it pairs as well as it does with some shrimp. But MP Collector, you are tapping into the cosmic forces tonight, brother.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
Pause. Can you pause for a minute?
I can't.
I gotta pee like a fucking racehorse.
All right, well, go ahead and pee and then come back. I'll
just, you know what? Talk about.
Give me something to talk about. Give me something to talk about.
Talk about what you would do with clay if you had a mound of clay right now. I'll be right back.
It was the dumbest fucking question that he could have ever asked. I don't know. I put it in a plastic bag and save it until I could actually use it for something worthwhile. I'm working on these dioramas. I could probably find a thing to use it for there. I just finished the Geonosis diorama recently in the basement. Looks great. I'll have you all know. I also use this time to once again remind you about our brother, Josh F. Link is in the description. The dude has come across some serious medical issues. If you've got any spare change in your couch that you think you could live without, if you can't live without, if times are tough, that I get that as well. But if you got, if you took the cushions out of your couch and you came across $1.75 and you're like, man, I could spare at least $1. I'll keep the 75. Then that would probably be well used.
Oh, I know what the fuck he was gonna say.
Okay, so what's up? Hello? What's up, Shattercast? I've been a listener since episode 32.
Are you reading questions yourself?
Yeah.
That's lame.
Who's supposed to read them?
You were supposed to answer my question.
I did.
I know what you said.
What?
Steak?
No. I said, what's up, Shadowcast? I've been a listener since episode 32, faithful fan since episode 80, which I want to take a minute and talk about.
Wait.
So
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No. He's been a fan since 32?
Mm-hmm. But no.
No.
He's been a listener since 32.
Do you know what happened on 32?
Is that your introduction?
Yes.
Well, it took him fucking 50 episodes to really sign on, so I wouldn't pat yourself on the back too hard, my friend.
Wait, what does that mean? I've been a listener since 32.
Faithful
fan since 80?
That's what I was getting at. It's like it took him like he was like, you know what? I'm not crazy about it, but I'm gonna give it one more week. And 50 weeks later, he was like, I'm in.
Lenny's out. I'm in.
He said, thanks a lot for being on time every week. I can't put into words how much a part SCU is of my Friday morning commute. It's very important. Recently, I will listen to the current episode Friday morning. I'll go back 1 year to review that episode over the weekend. I've heard it often said, what a difference a day makes. So what to be said about an entire year? Is there any one thing that is more important to you than it was a year ago? Is there any one thing that is less important to you than it was a year ago? Thanks so much for your consideration of my question. Your fan, EL. Shout out to EL. EL, thanks for being on board. Thanks for putting up with 50 episodes in order to really sign on, brother.
Yeah, thank you, EL. EL, like you came on my flagship episode.
El Diablo. What about you? Is there any one thing that is more important to you than it was a year ago?
Does he mean with regard to life?
I think in general, yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
Even more so. I've just, ever since I had a kid, like I've been trying to grasp, what it means. And, the more time I'm on my own, not worried about my job, I've come to realize how important my family is, and it's important to provide for my family. But on top of that, how important it is to provide my time to my family on top of my job.
I hear you.
Part of being a man, you got to suck up a lot.
Dude, just recently, like, I've just recently backed out of my comments section, right? For a number of reasons that I would like to get into, but I don't know what the right format is for that. I don't know whether it's best to do it here or Nerd Rage or
right,
or Sit Down Saturday, or I don't know what the right venue is.
Want to do it right now? Just you and me, motherfucker.
That's fair. So, like, there's a lot of. So first of all, there's one element of it which is just time, right? There's a lot of time that it takes to reply to all those comments. I know it doesn't. I know that seems petty, but like, what I was doing was after like 2 or 3 days, I would catch up, and that catching up would take me 45 minutes to an hour. And on top of that, there's a certain. This sounds petty as well. It's all petty, but like, there's a certain emotional toll that some of that shit takes on me.
Yeah.
Like, I just put out a solo video recently. Thank you to everybody that watched and liked and commented and all that. But in the comments, I really enjoyed doing it, as a matter of fact. But in the comments,
what do you mean solo?
Like, I did a video about the controversy surrounding the Solo film. Like, I just
NRR?
No, on the Skullface page.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I put it up like 2 days ago, I think. But there was a lot of negativity in the comments, and I still get the emails, right? And the emails, I get probably 50% of the emails to notify me of the comments that were made on the channel. So if there's 30 comments, I might get 15 emails. And it's just like, there's like the emails, I'll look at them and I'll read them, because I want to read what people have to say about the video, about the content, about their point of view. I honestly do. But like, there's just so much, like, ever since the feminazi Kathy Kennedy and her female agenda, or ever since the nightmare of The Last Jedi. And like, I'm just like, man, like, so here's the thing about that. Like, I can talk to anybody about that at any given time with no problem. But if there's 50 people that say that, like, when I respond to the first person, the response that I respond to the 50th person is a different response, because those other 49 responses have like taken their toll on me. And even though where it's like, it's not personal about me, it's just about how they feel about Star Wars, which is fine. My general rule is love all this shit like a child and hate it like an adult. It wears on me. Where like, where the first person is like, I hate the Last Jedi, and my response might be, damn, man, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, I actually love The Last Jedi, and I wish there was a way that I could show you what I think is great about it. The 50th comment might be like, maybe you just don't get it, period.
Can I just interject?
Of course.
As a YouTube viewer of not just you, but other people, I find that you owe a responsibility to yourself. You look like a fool if you make a comment without reading all of the other comments. So if you're going to comment on a video, you have an obligation to review everything that everybody has already said.
As a viewer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, you look like a fucking idiot.
Right.
How stupid are you if you're the 20th person to say, Bobby, you forgot to mention that the flame toy sword
The gun can also go into his foot.
Yeah, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to look like an idiot? God bless you. You're a fucking idiot. So I think that, you know, there's a middle ground, you know, walk the middle path perhaps. And if somebody makes a comment and you respond, if other people make the same comment without actually reviewing the fact that that comment has been made, you have no obligation to respond.
Right.
They have an obligation to review.
Right.
It's a dynamic thing.
Yeah, yeah, there might be some real merit to that. That I might try to.
You could respond to those perspectives and ignore the fucking
morons. The duplicates.
They're so lazy.
But sometimes it's not exactly the same thing. It's just like a different rendition of the same thing. Do you know what I mean?
Same thing.
No, I hear you, but I hear you. But what I'm saying is that, like, so it's not even so much. It's just that, like, being inundated with negative energy. It's just like, I don't know. I've had to really sit and think about this shit recently because, like, tonight, the time that I would have taken tonight to reply to comments, like, that I usually have scheduled in my day-to-day, you know, events to do that. Like, you know what I ended up doing tonight?
Masturbating.
I danced in the kitchen with my 3 daughters to Marilyn Manson's Personal Jesus.
And how much more valuable is that?
Infinitely so.
Exactly. Like, that's something they might remember for the rest of their lives.
And, like, while I don't want people to not think that I don't appreciate them watching the content and, you know, making a comment, because I do, I can't.
Are you doing it for the comments?
I can't donate any more time.
Are you doing it for their comments?
No, I'm not doing it for their comments.
So
but
fuck them.
But it's not fuck them either, because I appreciate that they took time out of their day as well to respond to the material.
Yeah, but if they're commenting without seeing what other people have already said,
right? But it's not that they're saying the exact same thing, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
they're saying it same thing but differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them. They're idiots.
Nah, I don't necessarily feel that way. But sometimes I do. You know, when the 50th person is like, the gun fits in the foot, then I'm like, yeah, you're an idiot.
You didn't bother to even, like, you're supposed to fucking sit there and reply to every. It's not like, okay, it's not like you're supposed to. It's not like, okay, I'm supposed to sit here and reply to every comment. It's you're taking your time out of your day to read everything everyone says, consider what they're saying, and think of a response that's more than just the typical LOL or thanks. You know, which is something I've battled with because I'm the person who's responsible with responding to, like, Shattered Cast comments.
Right.
And it's very easy to just say LOL or thanks, you know? So you're taking the time out of your day, and it's not just to the one person, to the entirety of the people commenting. That has a cumulative effect on a person, on your own psyche.
Right.
You know, so any individual who is watching a video and chooses to comment, you know, they should at least, I do this, and I don't think I'm special because of it. You know, I scan through the comments to see whether or not someone has already said what I'm going to say. And if they did, I make a joke out of it. I still want to comment, you know, and, you know, I'll make a joke out of you've seen that from me. I'll make a joke out of the fact that I'm saying the same thing that 20 other people have already said. So I want
right.
Everyone's already said it, but I still want to bust your balls rather than be an uppity prick.
Right.
If you're an uppity prick, well, then go fuck yourself. Honestly, you're not doing this. You never did this for confirmation from other people.
Right. But You know,
But I get 2 toys a month from this shit.
No. But that's part of it. Is that like I recently had to evaluate my situation and really think about what I'm doing, and the cost benefit analysis, is really like, look, like I gave it everything.
Does it bother you? Does it bother you though? I know what you're saying, but does it bother you that you're not responding to the people who are showing love?
A little bit.
Yeah. Why don't you scan through, find the love, and respond to that? And fuck everyone else.
Yeah. But
then you're a shill.
It's I think that ultimately it's I'm at a point with it all where I'm like, look, there was a time where I was like, I feel obligated to review everything I can for the sake of people trying to make a decision based on information.
Box art.
Based on box art. And now I'm like, look, man, I'm only going to do, because the cost-benefit analysis at the end of it is like, it's fucking oogats. It's nothing. It's crumbs.
Oogats.
I'm only going to do...
Can't believe you said that.
I'm only going to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Yeah. You're doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And I've told you this in private.
Yeah.
If it's not fun, don't do it.
So I'm just adjusting the way I do business, and there's a lot of things that I want to do, and a lot of things I'm really excited about doing. I don't know if people will dig all of it, but there's a lot of shit that I'm really excited to do, and whatever.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If people comment, do you still read them?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as long as I get the email for them, I read them.
So you're like basically deciding to not respond to be fair to everyone.
Yeah, basically.
So is it fair to say that those that aren't just being stupid, that you are reviewing what they're saying and thinking about it?
Yeah.
So that is an impetus for them to keep commenting.
That's fair.
They're communicating with you nonetheless. It doesn't require a response.
That's fair. So anyway, long story short,
I think you need to start a Patreon.
One of the things that
I do.
One of the things that is more important to me than it was a year ago is time. And how I spend my time.
That's it.
And
I figured it out.
And secondly, health. Like with my back situation recently, like
your fat fuckiness,
my health has become
your weight gain
paramount. Dude, I'm telling you, I haven't weighed myself yet because I'm going to give myself some time to get myself back together before I depress myself. But
look at you making excuses.
Yeah, no, because I know, I was laid up. I was laid up for almost a week. Like the only calories I burned was from chewing the food that I was eating.
Still going for those bagels.
Yeah, still eating and having that Amish butter on top of it from New York Mike.
Amish, not the Irish?
No, not the Irish. I dug into that Amish butter a good bit. But anyway.
Bobby.
Yeah.
I think you need to start a Patreon, and that's where you reply to comments. I really think if you started a Patreon, and make it a $1 Patreon so it's not
ridiculous
some money grab on your part. Make it a $1 Patreon so your involvement with the quote-unquote fandom is simply who's really in it,
Right.
Think about it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Is there any one thing that is more important to you than was a year ago? Okay. Is there any one thing that is less important to you than it was a year ago?
Less important?
Yeah.
What people think of me.
That's real.
Every year I get older, I give a fuck less what people think of me.
Mine is
my tub.
My tub is less important to me than it was a year ago.
Although now that it's clean, I'm keeping it fucking clean because someone cleaned it, so let's keep it clean.
No, I had to clean up on top of what you cleaned because you didn't know how to clean.
Look at you! Look at you. Good for you, Bobby. See,
enamel paint. You don't even know what enamel means. The
it got that fucking little nail of yours scrubbing away.
I don't know if
I knew it wasn't enamel paint.
Yeah, of course you didn't. You're like that's like the Adam school of thought. I'm
right.
I don't know if third party is as important to me as it was a year ago.
Transformers aren't really, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know if it is because of what they're feeding us. I was just talking when I was talking to Lenny today. I was talking about this, and I was like, man, the shit, all of this, all of it, any element of collecting, whether it be SH Figuarts, Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, Hot Toys, Transformers, whatever, it's all an addiction. And if you can't feed the addiction, I'm going to switch my drug.
And if you can't give me good shit, Bobby's going to make his own.
So when I go months and months and months, and then I get X Transbot's backpack and MMC's waist on Cliff Jumper, I really contemplate switching my drug.
I agree.
You know, that's what it comes down to with me is like, and it's just like anything else. Like if like I'll get in heavy into comics, right? Like I'll dive back in. I'll buy all the shit, you know, and I'll read it all, and then I'll read all the great shit that has come out for the past 2 years that I haven't been keeping up to date with. And after I read through that great shit, I start reading through the bullshit. And after I read enough bullshit, I'm like, I'm out. And then I'll come back to it another 4 years. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm hitting that apex with Transformers a lot because
me too.
The only thing that's really knocked my socks off is that fucking drift.
Flames toys?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I feel the same way. I feel like it's this weird thing I'm hiding from everyone. I'm like, do I not like Transformers anymore?
Yeah.
You know, but then Snowflake, you know, tried to get me into dolls, and I'm like, I don't like it.
Well, like, and another thing is like I feel like it's another one of the comments things, right? Like one of the things I'm really excited about is this Zeta Toys combiner, right?
Yep.
So I review something and I'm super excited about it, and then it's like, oh, the bot looks stupid. Oh, the fucking and I'm like, I agree with you. I am telling you that this fucking thing combined has the potential to be amazing. That's what I'm fucking telling you.
Well, there's got to be an answer there. If you say something, your review is giving a statement, and if you make a statement and someone comes, their reply to you is as if they weren't paying attention. Do they deserve a response?
Right.
So maybe you know, I mean, does Batman use a scalpel or a hatchet when dealing with an issue?
It depends on the issue, but I feel like oftentimes a hatchet.
What? Really?
I do. It depends on the issue. I mean, he's a complicated fellow.
All right, well, so are you.
That's fair. I think I'm probably more complicated than Batman. I think Batman has a much more like crystal clear idea of what is acceptable and unacceptable and right and wrong. And
here's the concern. You're reading through comments. There are these fucktards that obviously they're too fucking stupid to understand what you were saying, or maybe they just want a voice, so they comment. And they're saying something that actually was already responded to by virtue of your initial video.
Right.
They don't deserve a response. But then you have people who are engaged and you know, and you like that. You actually are doing it almost for that.
Right.
Don't cut that out.
That's fair.
You don't have to respond. It's not all or nothing.
That's fair.
You know, it does, and it doesn't have to be only those that show love. Maybe someone has a criticism for you that hits home. I know you, and you would respond to that.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, because you're reading this shit anyway.
Right.
It's another thing if you're like, you know what? I don't have any time. I'm busy.
Yeah, but it's like, it's it is a process, right? So, like, if I get the email, then I got to click the video pops up, then I got to hit reply, it goes to a second page, then I got to type the thing out, and then I got to hit send, and it goes to another page. And I know that sounds petty, but when you do that 77 times a day, it's a bit much.
You can deal with it. You know what? Don't do it every day. If you got a review out every other day, do it every other day in between. Look at your comments.
Yeah, maybe if I'm bored. But do it as like if I'm bored, I go check a video.
Dude, honestly, it's logistically it's not that complicated. You don't have to think of it in terms of fairness to the people. They're peripheral. Think of it in terms of what is practical. Think of it in terms of what is practical for you. So if you are reviewing something, say I get the feeling you kind of do like 1 to 3 reviews in a shot. Is that true?
I used to, but now I've pretty much been doing one at a time, and I've been doing it like this week. I had one that was already done. I did that Friday. That was for Monday. Then I did solo on Tuesday. No, I did solo on Monday all day. And then today I did the Iron Factory Jetfire. I got to edit that tonight to publish that tomorrow. And then I might do a solo video. I might not until the weekend. Like I've really been like, look, I'm not gonna donate a whole bunch of my day to this shit. I'm gonna do some other shit.
But look, I think realistically, in all fairness, you got a review that published yesterday, in the morning. Today, by the evening, look at the comments, respond to the stuff that warrants a comment, and then you're done. If somebody isn't so engaged that they didn't watch soon enough, well, then they don't get a reply. It's that simple. But the people that are engaged, they get to experience the dynamic of being engaged. And it's like a 24-hour window. If you ask me, every other day, look at your comments. It's just the annoying thing might be, what did I review? What was published? When was it published? But every other day, if you just like, oh, yeah, that published 2 days ago or a day ago, I'm going to respond to that now, and then I'm putting it behind me.
Yeah,
and don't respond to the fucktards. Don't respond to them. Fuck them. They're going to fucking, their mom's going to make them a sandwich. They're going to fucking jerk off in the basement anyway. Ignore them.
There was this one, and I want to wrap up this show because I got to edit this shit tonight and get it posted and all, but, and I hate to have made this about my fucking reviews because that's not my intention with Shattercast. But there was this dude that talked about the comment on the solo video, and he was like, "What do you think about Lando Calrissian saying he's now a pansexual, Donald Glover?" And then he put in parentheses, "Dong lover."
Oh God!
Come on, man.
Do you like Childish Gambino?
I like he has one song that I dig, but I'm not a big fan of his music. I think he's talented, but like his music is just kind of soft. But he has one song that I really like, Heartbreak by Childish Gambino. I dig that jam.
How's that go?
Heartbreak, make you feel so weak.
No, like maybe it's Heartbeat. My heartbeat.
You make it feel so weak.
I'm trying to. I don't know.
You like the America one?
Hold on 1 second. I'll try to pull it up. No, that video he just put out, I haven't watched it. I heard about it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, give their deep thoughts about it. I haven't checked it out, so I don't know. I know it's.
I'm not Bobby Skullface connoisseur. I don't have 300,000 DVDs in my which you got rid of, by the way, which was trash.
What did I get rid of?
Or your CDs.
No, I didn't.
They're not on the shelves anymore.
Yes, they are.
Where?
Oh, hold on, wait. Here you go. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. that jam is rocking.
Right there, where that beat dropped.
Yeah,
I cringed.
Yeah, I like that. I did that.
What was that? 2 years old? 3 years old?
I think it's older than that. Let me check this. February 11th, 2012.
Yeah. You know what? It kind of flies with what my feeling is about him, because I looked at the America song and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Is this artsy? Is he like an artist? And then I listened to some of his other stuff and I realized he's been putting out music for years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? He changes his style based on what's popular. And that makes me sick because it's not his voice. He's doing it just to be heard.
Maybe. I don't know enough about him to have a valid opinion on it. Like, I have a buddy of mine that's like been a fan of his for a long time. He sings his praises, but the only jam I've ever really kind of dug was Heartbeat.
That was like the whole fucking, it sounded like a dubstep drop. It's like a weak ass dubstep drop, and it flies with the timing of it.
But I mean, he's a writer. Like I can't take that from him. Like he knows what he's doing when it comes to writing a record.
Yeah, but is he writing from the heart, or is he writing from your ear?
No, I think he's writing. I think it's personal. I do. I honestly do.
Yeah,
I think it's sincere. I'll say that. I think that what he does across the board seems to be sincere.
Let me ask you this. Has Prince ever changed his style?
Sure.
Drastically?
Sure.
Drastically?
Drastically. Yes, absolutely.
No.
Yes.
Man.
Dude, he's done super 80s pop albums, he's done super heavy soul albums, he's done jazz albums, he's done R&B albums, he's done acoustic albums. Come on.
But it's almost as if it's the medium rather than the voice. The voice is always the same.
No,
like,
I mean, I can't say that.
Medium.
Like I feel like you couldn't have chosen a worse artist to use for your illustration.
No, because anything you hear that's Prince, it's Prince. But
sure.
This Childish Gambino, if I played you music from Childish Gambino over the past 10 years, 8 years, you wouldn't know it was the same artist.
Possibly not, but I don't know his music well enough. Like I know
That's
Prince.
Good, though.
I know
That's
Prince well enough. I know Prince well enough where I can adapt. But I can tell you, like, if you listen to like the Sign album, like it's a very different album than Controversy. It's a very different album than Little Red Corvette, whatever that shit was on. Like it's
but he's exploring himself as opposed to what is already popular.
I don't disagree with that, but I don't know enough about Childish Gambino's music to make a declarative statement about it. Like I only really know Heartbeat. Like I don't know enough.
Just click back, go to YouTube.
Yeah, no, I'll look through his catalog when I get a chance. He's a little like lovey-dovey type for me, which is not my kind of rap.
No.
I mean, it's not my kind of music in general. I like aggressive music.
The America song, it's almost like mumble rap. And then you think, oh, but then you listen to this other shit like Sweatpants or Jogging Pants is a song, and it ain't mumble rap.
Yeah, I'm not
like,
interested. I'm not interested in any song called Jogging Pants.
Something like that. It's like, okay, you're just changing your shit.
I'm not interested in any song that has pants in the title. Unless
it's like, yeah,
girl, take your pants off. Then maybe.
To me, at least, he comes off as just a dude that just wants attention, as opposed to someone who has to create.
Maybe, I don't know, but I'm telling you what, I think he's a talented dude. Every movie I've ever seen him in, I feel like he's fucking killed. I think he looks great as fucking Lando Calrissian, and I'm fucking excited to see him play the role.
Are you excited about that movie?
Yeah, but dude, Han Solo is my favorite character of all time.
Do you feel hopeful or pensive?
I feel hopeful. I feel hopeful. You got to watch my video. I feel hopeful.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm not as excited as I was for Last Jedi, but I think that's only because this is the first time we've had a Star Wars movie inside of 6 months from another Star Wars movie.
You know who should have played Lando?
And it's a Star Wars movie. It's the one Star Wars movie that's come out where we know everything that happens.
Yo, how cool would it have been rather than that dude? Because that guy looks like a KO fucking Captain Kirk from the new Star Trek. That's
Dude,
my
I disagree,
problem.
man. I disagree. I think the dude looks fucking like I wasn't a believer at first, but I've become a believer. Now it's up to him to deliver. Like he's got me on board. Now it's up to him to deliver. Like, look, you're never going to be Harrison Ford, 1977, fucking chest full of hair, cool. You're never going to be that cool. They don't make that kind of cool anymore. But I think I think that he does, from what I've seen, it looks good.
Who plays Kylo Ren?
Adam Driver.
What if Adam Driver did?
I don't think Adam Driver is as cool. I think this dude is cooler than Adam Driver. I think Adam Driver's perfect for Kylo.
Well, I hope it's good.
Me too. I'll let you know. I'm going to see it tomorrow.
I'm going to see it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Cody.
Well, I'm your only $15 Patreon.
Not that Cody is. Oh, shut up. Not that Cody.
Should there be a $15 Patreon?
I guess so.
Video posted.
Not that Cody is the best judge, because I've never heard him like really say that anything was trash. But
it's an English thing.
He just texted me and said, "All I'm going to say, it was great, very, very good. Want to see it again already."
Yeah, he said the same thing about the royal wedding
and the mummy. But I'm taking it as a good sign, Cody. Don't listen to the naysayers. And with that being said, we're going to sign up off of here. And remember, if you're in Brooklyn, New York, and you order a steak medium rare, you might.
And my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock. At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse. I am Ratchet. Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. The sole purpose is entertainment. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now. Shut up!